Hey everyone, and welcome back to the DollarPath Academy. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that so many of you have asked about: how to write winning proposals on Upwork, especially if you're just starting out. I know it can feel like you're sending proposals into a black hole, but I promise with the right strategy, you can start landing clients much faster than you think. We're going to cover everything from why your current proposals might be failing to a step-by-step structure that actually gets replies. Let's get started. First things first, let's talk about the biggest mistake I see beginners make: copy-pasting proposals. You might think it saves time, but trust me, it's costing you jobs. Clients can spot a generic, copy-pasted template from a mile away. It screams, "I didn't read your job post and I don't really care about your project." Think about it from their perspective. They have a specific problem they need to solve, and they're looking for someone who understands that problem. A generic "I am a hard worker with great communication skills" message doesn't prove you're the right person for their specific job. It just makes you look like everyone else. Your proposal needs to be a direct response to their needs, not a general advertisement for your services. So, how do you do that? It all starts with understanding the client's job post correctly. Don't just skim it, read every single word. What is the client's main goal? What is the core problem they are trying to solve? Look for keywords, specific requirements, and any questions they might have included in the post. Sometimes clients will even hide a specific instruction, like start your proposal with the word apple, just to filter out people who didn't read carefully. Pay attention to the client's tone. Are they formal or casual? This can give you a clue on how to write your proposal. Your goal is to dissect the job post until you understand not just what they want, but why they want it. This is the foundation of a winning proposal. Now let's get into the good stuff: a simple, three-part proposal structure that works like a charm. It's the intro, the solution, and the call to action. That's it. Let's break it down. Your introduction should be short, direct, and immediately hook the client. Do not start with "Hello, my name is ... double quotes. They can see your name on your profile. Instead, start by directly addressing their problem. For example, if they're looking for a blog writer for their pet care website, you could start with something like, "Finding a writer who understands the nuances of pet nutrition and can create engaging content for pet owners can be tough, but that's exactly what I specialize in. See." You've shown you understand their specific challenge in the very first sentence. This immediately sets you apart. Next, the body of your proposal, the solution. This is where you prove you're the right person for the job. Don't just list your skills. Instead, explain how you will use your skills to solve their specific problem. This is where your careful reading of the job post pays off. Outline a mini plan. For example, based on your need for SEO-optimized articles, my process would involve keyword research to identify high-traffic topics, followed by writing well-structured, informative posts designed to rank on Google and provide real value to your readers. You're not just saying you can do it, you're showing them your thought process and how you'll deliver results. This builds incredible trust and confidence. Finally, you need a strong call to action, or CTA. Don't leave the client wondering what to do next. Be clear and confident. End your proposal by inviting them to take the next step. You could say something like, "I have a few initial ideas for blog topics that I'd love to share. Would you be available for a brief 15-minute chat sometime this week to discuss them?" Or, "I'm available to start as early as tomorrow. Would you like me to proceed with a paid trial article?" Make it easy for them to say yes and move the conversation forward. Now, I can hear some of you thinking, but what if I don't have any experience or a portfolio? This is a huge hurdle for beginners, but it's not a deal breaker. The key is to shift the focus from past experience to future value. Instead of talking about what you've done, talk about what you will do. You can use the solutions section we just discussed to showcase your understanding and your plan. You can also create what's called a spec piece. If a client wants a logo designed for their coffee shop, spend an hour creating a sample logo concept and attach it to your proposal. Say, to give you a better idea of my style, I put together this quick concept based on your brand description. This proactive approach shows initiative and skill, and it's often more powerful than a portfolio of unrelated past projects. You're giving them a tangible preview of the quality they can expect from you. So, how many proposals should you be sending as a beginner? There's no magic number, but quality always beats quantity. Instead of sending 20 copy-pasted proposals a day, focus on sending 3 to 5 highly customized, well-researched proposals. Sending fewer, better proposals will yield much better results and save you from burnout. Think of it as fishing with a spear instead of a giant net. You're targeting specific jobs you're a great fit for, and you're putting in the effort to prove it. This is a much more effective strategy for the long run. Let's talk money. Pricing is another area where beginners struggle. My advice is to avoid a race to the bottom. Don't think you have to be the cheapest to get hired. Clients often associate super low prices with low-quality work. Instead, do some research. See what other freelancers with similar skill levels are charging for similar jobs on Upwork. Price yourself competitively, but fairly. As a beginner, you might price yourself slightly below the average to be more attractive, but don't undervalue your skills. Your goal is to find that sweet spot where your price reflects your confidence but is still appealing to clients looking for new talent. You can always raise your rates as you gain experience and get good reviews. Now, let's quickly cover some common mistakes that get proposals ignored. First, typos and grammar errors. These are instant red flags. It makes you look unprofessional and careless. Always proofread your proposal, or even better, use a tool like Grammarly. Second, making it all about you. Your proposal shouldn't be a long essay about your life story. It should be focused on the client and their needs. Always use you and your project more than I and my skills. And finally, not attaching relevant samples. If the job asks for writing samples, attach your best, most relevant work. If you don't have any, create that spec piece we talked about. Don't make the client hunt for your portfolio. To wrap things up, let's set some realistic expectations. You are not going to get a reply to every proposal you send, not even close. Even experienced freelancers have a reply rate of maybe 10 to 20%. As a beginner, if you're getting 1 or 2 replies for every 10 proposals you send, you're actually doing really well. The key is to be persistent, learn from each proposal you send, and continuously refine your approach. Don't get discouraged. Landing that first job is the hardest part. Once you get that first 5-star review, it gets so much easier. So, to recap, ditch the copy-paste templates. Read job posts carefully. Use the intro solution CTA structure. Create spec work if you lack experience. Focus on quality over quantity. Price yourself fairly and be persistent. Following these steps will dramatically increase your chances of getting hired on Upwork. I hope this guide was helpful for you. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. I try to answer as many as I can. And if you want more freelancing tips, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.